Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to start it on the Action Force Valaverse Kerak. I've been waiting to do this guy for a while. He's literally been like in my videos for a minute now, but I've been meaning to get around to it. But with everything happened, it's like, I'll get to it. I promise I'll get to it. So I'm trying to keep my word on getting the stuff quicker, but yeah, life happens. It bees like that. Let's jump into Kerak. I really like this guy. He gives me those Dreadnought vibes. It gives me those, this guy like is one of those crazy dudes that you see in a movie who like every scene he's in, he's crazy. And you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of anytime Walter Goggins plays a role of a crazy person and he just lets that hair fly. It's like, yo, this guy's crazy. Like you can see it in his eyes. And that's kind of what I like about Kerak. I have the helmet on, but normally you see him without helmet, so I'm gonna pop that off. And as you can see with that facial expression, that's exactly why it gives me Walter Goggins vibe. If he was ever cast in a movie and he had to play Kerak, I would say Walter Goggins. You let him shave his head and just let him go wild with the beard, and I'm telling you, this is what you'll get. But yes, here we are, truly enjoying a figure. It's pinless as well too, and it's really cool. But I just really like this figure. I don't know what it is about his vibe, but I just want to see him do crazy stuff. So in terms of our look, I really like the black pants, the green camo with the vest over. Is like a bounty hunter / mercenary look. It's the look that you get. But what's really cool is, and I didn't think you could do it, is that you can actually take the vest off. So let's actually pop this bad boy off. Still trying not to use my pinky like that. So, and it's weird too. On a side note, I don't think people realize just how much the bottom of your hand you use until you have to like hit and touch things or pick things up with your pinky, because trust me boy, you're gonna end up missing that. But yeah, here we are without it, and I thought it wouldn't look as good, but it definitely does look really good. This is really solid. Even with these parts up here, I really like how this kind of sets up and does what it does. And as you know, with the Action Force stuff, you actually get a lot of really good ab crunch articulation, as you're seeing here. We can actually rotate around. So that means when you're doing your hand-to-hand combat with Kerak, you're actually going to have a really good time. And I probably should have put the closed fist on, but I forgot. So as you can see, now this is him just standing up, looking like a crazy person. But now with the use of this leg movement, right? The boot cut and articulation, it's little things like this, and it's been outside, sorry y'all, because I was moving. So little bits like this, right, with certain knives, weapons, it just make me realize just how cool stuff like this is. I just truly enjoy being able to get down with the get down on these guys. A+ effort. And we can still remove parts like our knife sheaths and holsters on the side. I have them there, I like keeping them on, but you can remove stuff like that. So it's really cool about what we're getting. One of the things I do want to talk about is I like that these are here to kind of safeguard you from doing too much. But also if you want to modify yours because you want extra articulation like I do, you can actually shave these off just a little bit and you'll be able to get a little bit higher in terms of articulation. But then as you can see, we still have our butterfly joints being really nifty. We have our hand joints, which are on horizontal pegs. Like I said, movement wise, you're getting something that's really solid. Look at this. This is cool. But like I said, you have total articulation. You can even get really crazy, get Spider-Man. We have a boot cut as well as really good ankle pivot, as if you were a Hasbro figure, right? So I know I'm late to the Action Force party as usual, but it's stuff like this that really catches my eye. Being able for me to kind of make up my own stories using paramilitary stuff like that. So we still have our vest, right? And then we still have our Crazy Man helmet, which I love this, but I just don't want to hide that Crazy Man face. I love it. Let's talk about our accessories. So we do actually get our closed fist, which I know I mentioned earlier. So here we are with our closed fist, right? We will get weapon holding cupping hands that you can also use for martial arts hands if you felt like it. These are also on horizontal pegs. Our trigger hands, though, are on vertical pegs, which will allow us to hold them in proper gun pointing stances. Shout out to my boy Jake. Shout out to my boy Jim. Those mother lovers taught me the the proper stuff. So here we are with these. And then you have your accessories. So if you go back to these hands, you'll see here, you'll have your hunting knife, which you can place right over here. It actually just slides right in, looking real good. And we have our hunter's axe. I actually really like this axe. Actually had a similar one, because you can also use this as both a hiking pickaxe and a hunting axe. I had one of these years ago when I used to do stuff like that, and I love these things. A really good axe will go a long way. Keep that in mind. And yeah, it's also good for, you know, other stuff. But as you can see, we're going to slide one in so we can just make this pose look a little bit better, because it does look good. But with a weapon in hand, or I should say a tool in hand, any tool can look really good. And again, sorry about that. I'm struggling to put stuff in because without your pinky, man, you just don't have that extra reinforcement. So you can see here, Kerak is really just defending himself really well with the tool, looking really good. Just imagine like that angle, right? She kind of aims down. Next up, you will get your pistol. There's a holster right there on the side that you saw. Change that focus. There we go. So we have our pistol, which will just slide in right over here. And then next up, you have your shotgun with sheath, right? So I'm supposed to have his jacket on for that. But here we are with the shotgun. That comes sheath. And then with his jacket on, he'll have like a holster in the back. You can kind of just put it on his back. So with all that being said, like I said, I really enjoyed this figure. Running with axe. Then there's the patented, the axe lunge is what we call it. So with the axe lunge that you constantly see in anything with any sort of hunting, which you'll probably see a lot with stuff like Conan the Barbarian. There's the lunge, because you want to be able to hook in from top to bottom, because once you are cleaved in, you can continue to tear or rip or exact into a point. And when you do that, like if you were rock climbing, right, this allows you to have grip to go up to the next stage. You want to be able to hook in. That's exactly important. So here we are with the lunge, looking real solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. You're going to grab some water, take a breather, do whatever it is you got to do, some mini yoga in between. I'll see you in about 0.5 seconds as we set up, and we're going to talk about the size comparisons. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're back now. We're talking about stuff in our size comparison. First up, let's do some other Action Force stuff. So here we have one of the specialists that we have lined up, looking real good out here on these streets. Let's get that toe down. There we go. And as you can see, we're going with the universal size. His boots are a little higher, therefore making him seem a little bit taller than Kerak, right? Then we have the Swarm. The Swarm. So here we are. These guys are definitely taller due to their boot size. And even though Kerak seems smaller, he's a formidable force. He really is. And then next up, we will do the Bone Collector. Now, what's crazy is I figure him and the Bone Collector would be like one of those guys that have like a real crazy history. This is the way I see it between these two, because they probably been in the same mercenary group. And then they decided, you know, part their ways. So they probably got beef, but also are willing to work together. That's just my little headcanon. So I'm hoping to see more of that unfold, right? Then we can compare to some G.I. Joe stuff. So here we are with a Cobra officer, right? Looking real good. Then I chose Zartan because I really like Zartan. Zartan's cool. So here we are with a Master of Disguise Zartan. And then just for the ladies' sake, and I don't mean by ladies, I mean, I want to add Lady J in there because I feel like Lady J and Kerak will have some cool pictures coming up. I didn't say so. I don't make the rules. I just kind of follow them, right? So maybe they will, maybe they won't. Next up, here's my main man, Kamen Cougar from SHF, so you can see how Action Force stacks up with these guys. Then we have Mythic Legions. And, then we can do Evil Sensei Itami from Articulated Icons. So that wraps up this round of stuff. But then next up, right? Let us do a Marvel Legends. Here we are with a 6-inch 2099 Spider-Man. The retro carded one, if I remember correctly. And he's actually scaled really well with Legends. Oh, and even though the hands on the Action Force don't fit into G.I. Joe's, they do fit into Marvel Legends. So stuff like Kerak with the human hands that are ungloved, you can put it on Marvel Legends and make it look cool and give them more expressive hands. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Then we have a Mezco. So Mezco says, here is a Black Skull Death Brigade next to Kerak. And I think that about sums it up for today. As Riley stares at me, he's trying to get up on the desk, y'all. But I know y'all rooting for him, but don't let him do it. Because I ain't fully set up this desk yet. I don't need nothing falling. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for checking it out. Shout out to Valaverse, who made sure that I was like, I was on the ball, like, because I was late to the party. Shout out to Gusai, Junior Williams, everybody that put me on to the Valaverse stuff, because I was truly late to the party. I appreciate all you guys for that. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you do. And here he comes. He don't want to listen. So a cat is moved, and there it is. And this is staying in the video, y'all. I'm not even gonna change it. So thank you so much for watching and being a part of it. Thanks to Riley for making a cameo, because he decided to jump on my lap and then jump on the desk. Thank you so much, guys. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.